Hey, what's up? Tyler Keith, Game Pulse here with a review of the new Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Apocalypse DLC. This came out today, August 27th, for first on Xbox Live. This DLC includes 4 brand new maps, multiplayer maps, and 1 new zombies map. The new maps are Pod, Frost, Dig, and Takeoff, and the zombies map is called Origins, which takes you back to when the original 4 characters from Call of Duty Black Ops met, and how all that happened. So here we are to speak on. We're going to start with the multiplayer maps. Let's start with Dig. What's your opinion on Dig, Mr. Keith?
I like Dig because it's basically a remake of Courtyard, and I loved Courtyard from World at War. That was one of my favorite maps. And honestly, I find myself doing the exact same stuff that I did way back in the day playing, so it seems very familiar. That map was, I probably had the most fun just because of that familiarity with it, so yeah, I enjoyed Dig a lot.
Yeah, Dig's probably my favorite too. I feel that, like Keith said, it brings back a lot of old memories of Courtyard. It isn't an exact remake of Courtyard, but it has that circular centerpiece like Courtyard, and it has all the little corridors like Courtyard, and
you climb on top just like there.
Yeah, and there's just a whole bunch of battles going on all over the place. I feel that it's very guerrilla warfare like, and it's just, I don't know, it's fun. You can really use almost every type of weapon on Dig. So I found that map to be the most enjoyable. So next map, talk about Pod.
Pod was, I think Pod was interesting. I don't know how to feel about it yet. I mean, yeah, it's the first day, but it was a lot of mixed sight lines. Whereas you go in a, you could literally, there was a couple places where you could look down a corridor and you could snipe, but then a lot of those corridors are like really tight, so you could run in with a shotgun and you can wreck. But I mean, I don't know. I think that maybe, in my honest opinion, this map could have been a little bit better. But other than that, it was good, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I like this map. I feel if you have, some machine gun or assault rifle or something, you can really wreck shit up. There's a lot of, really interesting spots, like, Keith was saying, like, tight corridors and stuff, but there's a lot of cool spots, some of the pods are really cool to fight in and stuff. Overall, I feel that it's not one of the greatest Call of Duty maps ever made, or one of the greatest, maps for the any of the DLCs that's came out for Black Ops 2, but overall, it's a solid map. It's not the worst. So, how about Frost?
Frost was another I'm a little iffy on. I mean, I had fun playing it. I mean, I was running around with the rocket launcher, which was, but it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought Frost was going to be a really kind of tight, small map, but it was a little bit bigger. The only thing is, maybe I'm just stupid and I'm a spaz, but I think you could slip on the ice, which I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, shit, and then all of a sudden I was looking up in the sky. But it's an okay map. It's interesting. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, Frost was alright. Honestly, I mean, this looked like the map that I was going to enjoy the most because I thought it was going to be small, and I kind of want a smaller map. Not saying that it's like, Carrier or something, it's huge, but it is bigger than I thought. But, it has some really interesting concepts like the bridges and the ice. I wish the ice would break. I think that would be cool. If the ice broke and then, both teams are just stuck across the river with the bridge the only way to go over, that would add a whole interesting level. I feel that they could have done a lot better with this map. But overall, it's a map that you can kill shit on. And last is Takeoff, which is kind of like a remake of Stadium.
Yeah. Again, just like I would Dig, this map was very familiar to me, so like I was able to navigate and I had lots of fun. I love Stadium from Black Ops 1. And honestly, I think maybe aesthetically this might be, I think, the best remake. The best remake that they've done. Maybe Hazard might be better, but I think it's one of the best looking maps in this DLC, multiplayer-wise. It's a beautiful map, and I think hasn't lost any of its touch. Like, it's some maps, like I think Summit lost a little bit of its touch with the crossover, but this map is just as enjoyable as it was back 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think this map was good as well. I feel, besides behind Dig, that this was the second favorite map for me. It just has a lot of really nice areas. You can snipe, you can, take an assault rifle up someone's ass or something. It's fun. And getting what Keith said about how it's beautiful, I was looking around at it, and, there's this giant fucking, rocket that's about to launch up into space, and I was like, damn, this is actually a pretty nice looking map. One of the better graphically nice maps that Call of Duty has, in my opinion. So overall, this was a solid map. Really cool. What's your favorite?
Favorite map? I'd probably say Takeoff.
I'm gonna say Dig. Moving on to the Origins Zombies DLC.
I really like this map. It reminds me of a lot of the old school zombies where there's a lot of tight corridors because you're in the trenches basically the entire time. And it just makes it interesting. And in a way, with just a lot of the little things that go on in that map, this map reminds me a lot of Moon in that sense. How there's all kinds of little things. Well, one, there's 9 perks, which is the first time we've had 9 perks on a map since Moon. And then, you can use a shovel and dig these little dig spots, which is kind of like QEDs. Anything can happen. A zombie can spawn, you get a power up, you get a gun, you can drop grenades to scare the shit out of you, like what happened to us. And the guy that looks like a Big Daddy's interesting. He scares the living hell out of me because he looks scary. And those giant robots are a pain in the ass when they get in your way a lot of times. But yeah, like I said, this is one of my more favorite, I think, zombies maps for this game, in my personal opinion. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel that this map is very fun. It takes a little getting used to. It's kind of a bitch to navigate at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's fun. I have to say that, yeah, you're in the trenches. It's a very tight map, but they really force you to kill everything. If you play, Buried or Mob of the Dead or something, you can go, pretty far in, a short amount of rounds. But here, before you can get to the other side of the map, you're round 5 or 6. It's pretty crazy. The, special character that they usually have, like Woody from Buried or something like that, he's pretty fucking wicked. He's a bitch. We have not killed him yet.
No.
And he's just a bitch. You never know when he's going to spawn. He's kind of like Brutus, but much harder to kill. He does look like a Big Daddy. He's scary. There was a lot of moments with those giant 3 robots that are walking around that made me and Keith shit our pants just because of how close we were to dying. I really like that. When you first see one of them, the sense of scale is just amazing. It just creates a lot of very, random but fun moments. And there's also this tank on the map you can ride around. Unless you're trying to get the achievement, I feel that this tank is a death trap, but it is fun. It's kind of like the bus from Transit or something. It is fun. Overall, this is a solid map. It's a difficult map to master. I mean, we've been playing it all day.
Yeah.
And we're still, only getting around 7 or 8 before we fucking die. It's difficult, but it's very fun. It's interesting. Graphically, I feel it's beautiful. And, shit. I felt like I had one more. Oh, and when you start this, the starting room really reminds me of old school zombies. When it was Nazi zombies and stuff. It's a good map. I feel that it's a very good map to end the Black Ops 2 DLCs on.
Yep.
The story's interesting as well.
Alright, so that's our review of the Apocalypse DLC. You should buy that. You should get it soon, unless you're on PS3 or PC. Then in a month, buy it as soon as you can. But definitely get this. I'd say within the next week, because otherwise you're gonna miss out on, I guess, the opportunity before things get spoiled, from bitches.
Yeah. Bye.